Professor Boardway here, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about relaxation and focus techniques. Often throughout the year I have people coming to me asking about relaxation and techniques that they could use or some support in helping them relieve or reduce the challenge or issues that they're going through at this time. I have another company, and basically I practice with my wife and son as well, and we do energy services and healing services to individuals that are having challenges, whether it's going through the exam process or challenging projects or clients or parties to the project and such. So they would send to us their specific issues. And then we will go into a healing service for them on those specific issues. All three of us will be doing the healing at the same time. And then after that, we'd sit down and share what we had picked up as far as any challenges or issues, blocks that can be removed and such. And then after that, and then with those notes, we email those to you. And then the third step would be to get you on the phone, and we chat for about an hour on the phone regarding the challenges you're going through and the blocks, and also suggested techniques in helping you remove those issues, and talk about the energy that you felt that we sent to you and such as well. So and I think our website is below this video here as well. If you need to go and visit that, that's fine, and take a look at that. There are some techniques, though, that I can talk about in this session where there's always been the popular three called meditation, affirmation, visualization. And in meditation, the idea there is, of course, to control the mind or blank the mind, not to think of anything, actually, during the meditation process. What you're trying to do is get total control of the mind instead of it controlling you throughout the day. And so it's a matter of quietly sitting, listening to music or quiet, walking, open eye meditation, humming, chanting. There's a lot of different types of meditation. So which one resonates with you best that you can relate with and allows you to do what you'd like to do there in meditation, blanking the mind. There's also affirmations. Affirmations are statements that we can make up for you and send to you based on your challenge issues, or you can make up yourself. They need to be positive, personal, and present, the 3 Ps as they call it. And the subconscious doesn't understand negative, so you have to make it in a positive sense. In other words, I will not anymore think about, or something like that, so the subconscious will not pick that up. It'll pick up, I will think about it. So it turns it into a positive. So you might as well make it a positive to begin with. And so what do you want to achieve? Right? Affirmations are statements about the ultimate outcome that you want to achieve. I've done these for a number of years and could not figure out why I could not manifest, actualize anything in my life, and until later I found out, or through practice, you have to actually apply the level of belief and energy and vibration to that particular statement if you want to actualize and manifest that issue in your life. So the level of belief is a function of how fast it comes into your life. And of course, we're not light switches either. We just can't turn our levels of belief off or on, and we have blocks and so on going on throughout life, throughout the day, and that's kind of what our service is about as well, as we hope to relieve the blocks, and we'll help you get rid of those so that you can increase your level of receptivity as well, receiving the good relative to health, relationships, finances. We go down the list of all those specific issues. There's also another term called visualization, and visualization is just putting a picture in your mind as to the ultimate outcome that you'd like to achieve as well. And then you ascend energy and a proper vibration to that. And that's a technique that we've learned over the years as well through our healing services that we can offer to you, is to help you visualize and your outcome, okay, and help you relieve the blocks that are preventing that from happening. All right. And there's also the reconnective healing process from Dr. Eric Pearl and it's a matter of doing certain movements and so on, and working with universal force and we send that out to the individual. Now, the individual doesn't have to be here physically. I mean, we have clients all around the world, Australia, Asia, Europe, United States, Canada. And so we will go through a healing service technique that will send that person energy issues and hopefully resolve their issues they're going through. Sometimes it might take more than one session, and so it just depends on how big the blocks are and other issues you might have going on at the same time. So there's reconnective healing. It's one possibility, and then there's also Qigong. And Qigong basically is movements that increase the level of energy that we need to send to you. And of course it goes through us as channels and vessels, as they say, and then out to you. And so we have to make sure that we're clear, so we do a certain clearing process first, and then we go into the healing process. And so we go Qigong, and that's a positive movement as well that we have learned to do over time. And then there's also Tai Chi, and Tai Chi, of course, is just something you can do, a relaxation technique. Most of the time you do it outside, and it's with nature and moving with the waves of the ocean or the breeze of the trees or the grass, whatever. So it's a matter of moving with nature and helping you get focused and grounded. The more grounded you are, the more focused and alert you are. Okay, we don't want to end up going off into some negative tangent, so to speak. So there's Tai Chi, which is very helpful as well as far as the relaxation techniques. And then we also have a technique called Access Consciousness that we have learned to do as well with the founder of Access Consciousness, Gary Douglas. And basically we go through and use the techniques of removing blocks. And so we have certain clearing statements that helps us remove the blocks. So again, increasing our level of receptivity. And so access consciousness is important. It's a matter of asking a lot of questions and not coming up with the answers on your own. So if you can ask questions, then it opens the universe as to the amounts of goodness they want to send to you, as opposed to you coming up with an answer and limiting what you want to achieve. So coming up with the answers kind of is a limitation. So this is part of their logic as well. And they also, we've learned the bars, what they call the bars through access consciousness. These are the 32 points on the head that are activated to create a certain level of energy and such throughout the thinking process and attraction, okay, as well. So we'll do a bar. That's one of the, my wife gets into doing that as I'm doing my healing, and then of course my son is doing his thing as well. Being a crystal star child, he has a number of abilities, and so we apply that to the individual as well. As far as the healing process, he works with you in a number of different dimensions, not just the third dimension, which is what we live in. So we go through the bar technique, as you'll do the bar technique on you as well. Reiki is a matter of a technique that you use in sending energy through the hands, and I use that technique, part of my technique, as Reiki, so through the hands. So it's a matter of having the right vibration, okay, and holding that vibration throughout the day. So I used to keep a little timer on my desk, and every 10-15 minutes or so, it would go off, and then I'd ask myself, okay, what am I thinking of, and am I in a good mood, a bad mood, a mediocre mood, and what caused that? And so it's a matter of getting that control of my thinking back as well, instead of it controlling me. And you might have to do that consciously for maybe 2 or 3 days, and then subconsciously it'll take over, because we have billions of thoughts every day. So it's a matter of, okay, what am I thinking of now, and why am I thinking that? You start to wonder, the points of view you have and where they came from. And and you hear some people say, well, about 80% of what you think is not really you. Okay, so where does that come from? The way you were raised, and or the teachers you've had over the years and such as well. So, is that really yours? If it feels light, it's a good chance it's probably yours, and it's good, it's positive. And if it feels heavy, then we have to challenge that as a part of us. Then we might have to work on that and releasing it or forming it into positive, yeah, just releasing it. And it's a matter of taking a look at the thoughts we have and are they my thoughts or someone else's thoughts, my point of view or someone else's point of view. And so we have to go through that process. Exercise is a very important technique as well. Whether it's in the home or in the office or in the gym or outside. So it's a matter of properly practicing exercise, okay, on almost a daily basis, and creates endorphins and allows us to have good focused energy as well. And so we go through and take a look at making sure that we are exercising on a daily basis as well. So that's important to do. Exercise. You can do a slow jog or a fast walk. Try not, take a look at the joints. Try not to put too much pressure on the joints when you're doing exercise. And then eating is good as well. Proper ways of eating. So we go to farmers market. I think it's on one night through the week, and we're looking for the banner certified organic. So making sure that we minimize the amount of bad foods we eat. So we don't want any pesticides or chemicals or whatever put on the food. So we're looking for certified organic, and some of the stores are now starting to carry those. Some of the restaurants now start to have it on their menus, and then of course if you can stay away from gluten and wheat and soy and dairy and so on. So it's a matter of making sure that we're eating properly. Also, blending is a good thought as well. We have a 3.5 horsepower blender. We'll put avocado seeds in there as well, and it blends right up into a liquid, and getting the phytochemicals of each of those pieces of food. And some people will even throw a whole orange in there and juice it up and such. And so you put your cilantro and kale and berries and and all that. So it's a matter of having having a shake probably once a day or twice a day. Some people do 3 meals with shakes all day. Some people don't even eat it all. There's about 40 or 50 people on the planet actually that don't eat at all, if you can believe that. They just liquid consumption. But anyway, so eating is important, and take a look at that. And the way you eat is all. You are what you eat, and you think what you eat. You are what you eat based on the types of foods, and you want to make sure that you're eating good, healthy foods as well. Okay. And breathing is important. Breathing is a very important technique. Half the time we're breathing about this far down in our chest and back up again, and you'll find that the creatures that live on this planet that live a long time end up breathing very deep. So that's what we want to get into as well. Is you might have to do this consciously at first, and then subconsciously it'll take over. But breathe deep into your belly. Oxygenates the blood. More oxygen in the blood goes to the brain, keeps you more alert and focused and such as well. I mean, we subconsciously do this every night before we go to sleep. We get into a deep breathing mode and puts us into a trance, which allows us to go into the sleep mode and a relaxation mode. And so, when you're having challenges throughout the day or whatever it happens to be, just kind of sit back and breathe deep. When you do your meditation, breathe deep, and it allows you to be more focused, more grounded as well. Okay, so these are some of the techniques that I could share with you. Again, my company does those as well, and the website is just below this video. If you have any questions, though, you can always give me a call and take a look at that website and the services we have to offer, and hopefully your challenges and issues will start to go away and disseminate. So take care, and we'll talk to you a little later. Bye bye.